Well, look at this. This storm and the winds have been so intense around here. It's knocking the full blooms off of the magnolia. So I brought it in and put it in this antique glass. And this came from a soda fountain. Long time ago, like in the 20s, when they used to have like ice cream and all kinds of cool things when you go to the pharmacy or drugstore. Anyway, I thought it was beautiful. I didn't want to waste it. And it's perfect for the topic we're going to do today. I'm so excited because, as you know, I love gardening. And it's springtime finally, even though it's been a little rough here in the Midwest. We've had 70, 80 mile an hour winds over the last 24 hours. We have had drought. We've had burn warnings. Oh my gosh, we have had incredible weather already. So I wanted to go outside and show you the wildlife sanctuary I'm trying to put in my downtown urban neighborhood. Now, the reason I wanted to do this is because I love wildlife, but I don't like living out on a farm. I don't want to live way far away from being able to walk to a movie theater or being able to, walk to other really important things, parks, restaurants, all kinds of cool things. So what I decided was long time ago was to move back into town because I used to live out in a farm area, which was beautiful, which was wonderful. But at the end of the day, I wanted a different type of lifestyle. I wanted to be able to have all of the wonderful wild animals. And then I also wanted to have some free time where I could go out and walk and hike and do some wonderful things in town and have Starbucks and whatnot. And they don't really have that out in the country. So I want to show you, give you some ideas on things that I've done to make my yard more of a sanctuary. And I honestly feel bad for the little squirrels and birds and rabbits and just all kinds of animals that try to make it anymore with the traffic and the density of the population. I mean, it's really scary. There's a lot of problems going on. And I want to be able to provide food and water and shelter so that the animals will be encouraged to come here and thrive and make my day happy too. And I love waking up in the morning and hearing the cardinals singing and the house finches, and everybody's out there building nests right now. And it's just lovely to see that and to enjoy it. And they are my natural pets, so I can put food out. I don't have to worry about them, and they can just be happy. Anyway, we're gonna go on a little garden tour today, and I hope you'll enjoy it. So welcome to my garden. One of the very first things that you gotta provide for wildlife is water. Number 2 is food, and number 3 is like safe habitat. So what I've done is put in a very simple underground. There's a underground liner that's basically an underground pond, and a pump is down there. And I put in this granite tub, which I got at an antique store a long time ago. And then once I put that in on top, I put the pump down below, filled it up with water, and I got myself a beautiful fairy, which I love, and she's watering. I've put it in sort of a Zen garden. I've made it easy for the animals to get to and the birds. So you can see there's lots of rocks. And I've got tree over there to hide in. But most importantly, right above us here, right behind me, is a food source. So this is a apple tree, miniature apples, and it's made really hybridized just for wildlife. Right now it's kind of hard to see, but within the next couple of days this tree's gonna burst into bloom, And then right next to it is a miniature cherry tree, and all of its little buds are on, and it's going to burst into bloom. And right next to that is a magnolia tree, and hopefully you can see the beautiful flowers. And the sun is just gorgeous on them right now, but the wind has been horrible. It's torn up a lot of them. But most of the time we'll come out and there'll be petals all over the ground, so it'll be lovely. Now, down in the bushes here, these are azalea bushes. They're just waking up, getting ready to get going here with the flowers. But you'll see I have some heavy mulch in certain areas. That's because the bunnies come in here. And I have a bunny that lives in here and puts her nest in here. So this is her place. And if you walk along the garden here, sooner or later you're going to see patches of fur. So she has some of her fur that she takes and lines her nest with and puts in, to make a nice space for her little ones. But also, I have deer that come in here. Not so much right now because we finally got the fence finished and the gates up. And we're trying to keep them out of here because once they got behind the fence, they didn't know how to get out, and that's not a good thing. So we don't want the deer panicking. But the mulch is down here to protect the flowers and to also provide nesting materials, and also to accentuate the beautiful flowers. So some of these flowers, these are naturally for insects. We want to attract beautiful bees and whatnot. These are called jonquils, and they naturalize. I just planted these. I love them, and hopefully they'll fill up this whole area. I've got lots of flowers coming up to naturalize. Over here, this is our shade garden, and this is wild ginger that grows here in Iowa. These are wild ferns from Iowa. This is trillium. You can see they're all getting ready to bloom. That one's got like a maroon bloom on it. Then it's a Zen garden, so we got a little happy face there. And then you'll notice, these are just gorgeous. One of my favorites, Helioborus, sometimes called the French rose. And there's a whole story in French lore around Christmas about these beautiful flowers. But you'll notice that in my background here, I'm surrounded by trees, grass, and lots of space for the birds and the squirrels to be able to come back here and to be able to have a place where they can feel safe. And of course, hunt for bugs, dig for worms, whatever they do out here. But this has provided a nice green space for the little birds and animals that we have. Now, what kind of animals are here? Well, there's a lot here. This used to be a long time ago in the early 1800s to about the 1880s, a big trapping and fur crossroads trading center. So they would have lots of pelts for sale here. Possums, squirrels, beavers, fox. We have fox running around, sometimes bear. I'm not sure what kind. I've never seen a bear and I don't want to. So, and sometimes you'll get some mountain lions every now and then. So, and there's been people here that swear that they've got mountain lion claws on their trees. I believe them, and I think they're gorgeous. But I don't want it in my yard because I think it might attack me. Anyway, so back here, this green space used to be a house here, and there used to be a house right there. So we've taken out two houses. Was a highly dense a high density neighborhood. So now we have Chinese tree peonies. We have beautiful clematis coming in. We have botanical thistles, gladiolas, irises, all kinds of trees. We got hollyhocks coming up. So pretty soon when you come out here, it will look more like a arboretum, and then there'll be lots and lots of foliage here for the animals and everything to hide in, plus the water and the trees, so the animals all feel happy. Now, in harmony with the animals, I have to put up my little sanctuary, and I don't have my outside furniture here yet, but to give you an idea, this is my outdoor day bed, and then this is my flower garden, and this is where I like to sit, do my work in my cabana, and then I like to work on all kinds of things while I watch the bees come into the garden and take advantage of pollinating all the beautiful flowers. You can see we've got some tulips opening. These are my favorites. They're green and pink. And then we have the naked lady lilies coming in there. Daffodils. Some of them have tried to finish blooming. I love these double daffodils. They are just amazing. And then these are David's tulips. Every year he likes to do a massive, beautiful tulip bed, and he loves giant tulips. And his favorite colors, as you see, are red and yellow. But these are hand-picked by him. And I love daffodils. You can see I've got lots of flower seeds planted coming in. And we just put in 2 new columnar Taylor junipers, which the birds love. They love to nest in those. I've got some more clematis coming in here. And over here, more flowers coming up. So in another week or two, this place will just pop with all kinds of flowers. We're just now seeing the very, very beginning of them. These are very beautiful wildflowers. That is an aroon. There's another baby aroon there. Aroon flowers are very, very famous because they smell like decaying flesh, and their pollinators are flies. But I love them. Mine are from the Himalayas, and they put out a spectacular bud that lasts for 2 days. Then it goes away, and all the flower and all the stench goes away too. But anyway, I love these little flowers too. They almost look like they're from a fairy tale, and you don't really see them that much in the Midwest. They're kind of a old-fashioned bulb. But you see I've got some lime green hostas coming up, and I just love different colors, different textures, and just all kinds of beautiful foliages. So you can see on this thistle, and then on the yarrow, just all different kinds of foliage, color, texture, but it all adds to the vibe of a beautiful garden. Then we come back over here, and we have some more tulips, David's tulips, and these miniature daffodils. These are so delicate. And I just wanted to show these to you. To me, these are something like you'd see in a Disney movie. And they're just so tiny. Very, very petite, but very, very beautiful in the garden. Anyway, I hope that you, no matter where you are in an urban area, can work with your neighbors and yourselves and come up with some great ways to help put out some bird feeders, squirrel feeders, but feed the little animals and they will delight you and make you laugh. They like to chase each other around here, the squirrels, and fight over the food, which I love to watch. And then I love to watch the hummingbirds as I sit outside working. I like to watch the hummingbirds fly by my head. That's cool. And sometimes they even fly on my hose when I'm watering. So enjoy your nature, whatever that is where you are, but make the most of it and have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.